you guys can see, I put my collagen peptides in the coffee before I put it under the Keurig. So some of it got dissolved, and I'm gonna stick my mini hand mixer in here just to break up the rest. But I like that step of just dropping it in the cup of coffee first. Boom. Now you can see that the cup is about 60% of the way full. What I do is I boiled water on my electric kettle here. I like to top it off. I drink my coffee black. Save my fats for the foods, and this just cuts it to my liking. So let's get into it. Full day of eating, quarantine edition. What's up, YouTube? Long time no see. Full day of eating, quarantine edition, and I'm gonna talk to you guys about some things that have been keeping me sane during this whole situation. So I just prepared my Gage Life collagen and coffee. That's keeping me sane. And we are restocking the collagen tomorrow, so there will be an announcement on Instagram, the exact time it's going to be live, so check that out. Don't miss out because it sells out very, very quickly. The next thing is, you guys, in addition to having my coffee, 2 other things have been keeping me sane. Number 1 is maintaining my schedule with respect to my fasted cardio. I do not like to start my day unless I did my cardio first. And the reason, I just need that time to like mentally decompress. And I moved my treadmill to this part of my house where I have like lots of nice lighting and good windows. So it's really nice. So I've been doing that, maintaining my workout schedule with like at least the cardio part. I'll show you guys what I've been working out with respect to weights. And then the third thing is keeping my house clean. It has been saving me. So I'm gonna get this cardio in. I'm gonna show you guys the types of food I've been eating and just all things like day in the life. All right, so I just logged in 40 minutes fasted cardio. I was just walking on an incline. I'm wearing my 10-pound weighted vest. I feel awesome. About to make some breakfast, and let's just have a little chit chat. All right, guys, so I just wanted to have a chit chat with you guys about what my whole eating philosophy has been during quarantine. So probably for the last few weeks, I have not been eating my best. I've been stressed, I've been overwhelmed, and I chatted about that in a previous video. I have started dialing it back in, and right now I am currently not following macros. Before I get back into a macros program, as you guys know, I want to be very transparent with you guys that I do not personally always track macros. I use macros and track them and follow meal plans when I'm at a point where I have a time sensitive goal. I want to get from point A to point B in a certain amount of time. I want to see steady measurable changes. Outside of that, I typically eat intuitively. What intuitive eating means is you eat what you're hungry for when you're hungry for it. That can get taken out of context and it can get really crazy because you can be like, well, I feel hungry for these chips. I feel like I'm hungry for this ice cream. And that's not what I mean by intuitive eating. So what I mean by that is it's eating until you're full and satisfied, not stuffed. If there's some days that you find that your body's craving more fats, you're gonna eat more healthy fats. If you find some days that your body's craving more vegetables because maybe you need more micronutrients, you go heavier on vegetables those days. You can do really well with this style of eating. Now, when I eat intuitive, there's a few rules of thumb I personally follow. The first one is I do have protein with every single meal because I know how hard it is to hit your protein macros. That's number 1. Number 2 is I make sure to have vegetables with every meal or something that's going to provide micronutrients, vitamins, fiber with every meal. Those are 2 like big staples. Outside of that, I make sure to monitor the size of the plate that I'm using when I'm eating intuitively so I don't go back for seconds and have too many portions, because when I do that, I have a healthy, hearty appetite. And trust me, guys, I can eat. I'm sure some of you guys can relate to that. So if I don't have a set limit of when I'm going to stop, it can be challenging for me. So I make sure to not go back for seconds, only fill my plate. And I always make sure my plate always has vegetables on it. Now, all that being said, I did want to show you guys a more looser style of eating when I'm not 110% trying to shred or trying to drop body fat, just how I like to eat normally. And what I am going to be doing in the coming, probably the next 2 weeks or so, as you guys know, we did have to pause the 6-week shred challenge due to the COVID situation. And I'm really glad we did that because I know a lot of people don't have access to groceries and that's been stressful. I know know a lot of you guys want to be able to follow your shreds 100%, which I get. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting a new summer challenge where we track macros, and we're going to be giving everybody customized macros for your specific goals, as well as customized app-based home workout programs for everybody. So we're gonna have a 6-week summer challenge. The date will be announced very soon. I'm really excited to do this with you guys because it's gonna be based off of flexible eating, and we're gonna have a lot of community support around it. And I'm gonna be showing you guys how I flex diet throughout the day as well. So that's coming soon. So that being said, here is my breakfast. What I noticed, the first thing was I noticed your weight like dropped big time this week. And I was kind of like, thank God, because we were a little off track. I wasn't sure what was going on, but it looks like you're like at your new low weigh-in right now. All right, quarantine life. So I just had a check-in with one of my clients from Thailand, one of my online coaching clients, and I have a baby here who is feeling neglected. He sat here the whole time. He's feeling neglected. You want some love? All right, now it's time to make some breakfast. And this baby already ate his breakfast, but he wants more breakfast, don't you? You want more breakfast? Yeah, that's not happening. My dog is actually, I have him kind of like on this like mini diet. I know that sounds terrible, but no, not really. He's been unhealthy. I need to get him his steps and make sure that he stays within his portions. But I'm gonna show you guys what I'm making for breakfast. All right, so since I've been quarantined, I have been cooking a ton, like a ton, and I've made actually a lot of new recipes. I'm gonna show you one of my new favorite recipes later in the video. But I made this big batch of ribs yesterday. And to me, I can eat savory food for breakfast at any point. So I am going to have some of my ribs. I'm going to make it with some spinach, some mushrooms, and a little bit of brown rice. And if you include an egg, I think it turns anything into breakfast. But these ribs were absolutely amazing. I made the sauce from scratch, and I have a new recipe that I'm going to demonstrate for you guys in here that you guys are going to love. I shared it with one of my clients the other day, and it was amazing. So I'm gonna have 2 ribs, because if you have much more than that, ribs are very fatty. It's gonna get a little out of control, but I'm gonna have 2. Oh my gosh, and I'm gonna tell you, when I made these, so this is 2 ribs. These are like, this is what it's looking like. So I'm gonna heat that up, make my vegetables. I don't feel good when I eat like a heavy meat without vegetables. So that's what's going down. So when I microwaved my ribs, there were some juices, and I'm just putting these juices to cook down my spinach, because it just needs a little bit of oomph to cook down. Quarantine breakfast fit for a queen. I have a saute of a lot of spinach, some mushrooms, a whole egg, over easy, and some ribs. So this is a lower carb meal because I'm just not really in a carb mood. I know this is higher in fat, so I'll probably go lower in fat later in the day. So bon appetit. And that's what I'm doing. Yes, it's a paper plate. Don't judge me. I'm tired of washing dishes. All right, it is time to get the puppy some steps. One of the puppies. And my mom made me a gaugegirltraining mask. So I'm gonna wear this out for the walk for this puppy. That right, Cash? All right, we're gonna get some steps. You gonna get some steps? All right, someone just got their steps. Is that good? You did so good. Now I got other puppies jealous, so I gotta take them for their walks later. This is Cassius, and he did good with his steps today. Good job, baby. All right, tea time. You guys know I am a huge fan of tea. So first of all, in the background here, I have my tea kettle, electric tea kettle, which I've been using for a long time. And green tea is my absolute favorite, but not all green tea is created equal. And I wanted to show you guys the 3 brands that are my absolute favorite right now. This stuff, it's called Hronec & Sons green tea with coconut. This stuff tastes absolutely amazing. I first found out about this at a Barnes & Noble. It's so good, and I love the little touch of coconut. It's kind of like a Thai twist. Right here I have organic green tea ginger. Love, love, love ginger. And also I have China green tips Tazo. Now, when it comes to green tea, I repeat, do not like jasmine-based green tea. I just don't like that flavor. I don't like it. The China green tips, it's more of like a nuttier vibe with tea. Jasmine has that like flower, and I don't like that taste. So I'm about to add my China green tips here. I will have tea all day, every day. It keeps me on track. And one thing I wanted to show you guys that I've been doing is I've been using the My Soul CBD drops in my tea, and specifically this one is their watermelon mint. So you guys may recall me showing this in older videos, but they changed their packaging. This smells really good, and I'm naturally high strung, so I need all the help I can to help with my anxiety. So cannabidiol is a really great way to do that naturally. I'm gonna drop it here in my tea. Cannabidiol is absolutely amazing. This tastes so good. You guys can save on mysoulcbd.com with code gaugegirl. It makes a really big difference. Now, obviously, oil and water don't mix. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys a fun recipe, a protein mug cake. Yeah, so I'm taking a mug. I'm going to spray it with like an oil spray, just so nothing sticks. This is a game changer if you want something sweet. You don't want a whole big old batch of stuff. So I'm taking 1 overripe banana, adding it to it. I'm going to add 1 scoop of the Prime Whey chocolate, Gauge Life. All right, so I have the protein in there, the banana. I'm adding 1 egg white. If you don't have whole eggs and you want to do liquid egg whites, it would be 3 tablespoons of liquid egg whites. And I'm doing this intentionally to make it lower fat. I guess you could drop the yolk in there if you really wanted to. And the most important ingredient, adding some baking powder. Baking powder. There we go. All right, now to mix it all together, so you guys can get an idea of what it's looking like. It is crazy thick. I'm just using a spoon to mash it down. And you always want to make sure that the bananas are really ripe. So here is what the inside is looking like. So you guys can see. All right, so I'm going to take this and drop it in the microwave for 1 minute. All right, so after a minute, this is what it looks like. I'm going to stir it up some more and put it in for 1 more minute. So I didn't stir it. You can see it rising. This is, so that'd be like 1.5 minutes. Whoa, it's like floating above the mug. I hope it doesn't spill over. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, now you see it went down. Let's see what it's going to look like now. It's absolutely delicious. Probably eat it right out of the mug. Oh. Now you can see some like banana chunks, but I don't really care. I didn't mash it too well, but this, it's extremely moist. I can already tell. You got some better lighting. Check that out. Oh, that looks so good. Now I have a treat because I have a special ingredient I've been using, which is this Ready Whip. And this Ready Whip is coconut milk based Ready Whip. Guys, that was 1.5 minutes. I assure you this is going to taste amazing. It smells so good. You could probably make it richer by adding cocoa powder. And there we have it. Protein mug cake, guys. That literally took like, what, 3 minutes total? Like I said, you can see the banana in it. It's because I didn't really mash it that good, but I don't really care. This deliciousness is going down. All right, guys, I can assure you it may not look crazy appetizing, but if you need something quick and sweet, don't forget to put the coconut whipped cream on top of it. Very filling, extremely delicious, super easy, and you don't have to share. All right, so this is lunch. You guys have seen me make this meal a million times. It is egg whites scrambled into brown rice with some mushrooms, spinach, and bacon. But there's a lot of egg whites hidden in here, which is just really helping me hit my protein. I was in the mood for cooking some fresh meals. This is my lunch, and I'm gonna be cooking another dinner. So the thing is, I've been cooking like a lot of meals just because I enjoy it when I have more time to do so. So this is what I'm enjoying for lunch, quarantine style. Last but not least, I am going to be making some fresh salmon for dinner, and I have my salmon here. I had it frozen, I defrosted it. I'm going to be doing kind of like a Greek inspired recipe here. What I did was I preheated the oven 350, and I'm going to show you guys how to put it together. Taking roughly 1 tablespoon of the tomato paste, and I'm putting 1 tablespoon on each salmon fillet. Each salmon fillet here is roughly 4-5 ounces a piece. Some are bigger, some are smaller. You can use ripened tomatoes if you want. So next is I diced some garlic, and I'm putting garlic on top of the tomato paste. The amount, I don't know, it's probably roughly a teaspoon each. I used a really big garlic clove. So the next thing is I have some fresh herbs here. I have some thyme and rosemary. You can add whatever herbs you want, but this is what I have, and I'm going to sprinkle some of these fresh herbs on top of the fish. Next, to give it a Greek flair, I'm adding a teaspoon of pitted Kalamata olives to the top of each salmon fillet. And the last ingredient is a teaspoon of feta on each piece of salmon. All right, so now I'm gonna wrap it up. Put it in the oven. Alright, so I had the salmon in the oven sealed for 25 minutes. I'm now going to put it in there without the foil on top, so that way the feta can get a little bit more melty. So just keep in mind, I set it to broil, so I'm going to be watching it closely while we get the top of it nice and broiled and crispy. Right, so I broiled the salmon pieces for about 5 minutes or so. I didn't have it too close to the broiler. And now I'm going to pair these with some asparagus and either some brown rice or maybe some like oven roasted potatoes. Or you can also do pasta, but I just wanted to show you guys an example of the types of main dishes that I'm putting together on quarantine. I'll be announcing a new challenge soon, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment below and let me know any questions, concerns you guys have about my eating style while on quarantine. Take care, guys. Talk to you soon.